Kind of maybe be like that a bit. I played a lot of games when I wasn't hurt, and maybe it was just my time.
Versus the Maple Leafs, is it going to be special for you? Play that game?
I think it's just another game. Like obviously Saturday night at the Bell Center against the Leafs, it'll be buzzing pretty good, I imagine. Like it always is on Saturday. Saturday, so looking forward to it.
Yeah, that's the last Saturday night at the Bell Center. Are you going to appreciate the night more as a team?
Yeah, maybe. Every time you come here, on the road, it's a special place to play, and then being able to play is definitely special, and you get to understand it a bit more and how passionate the fans are. So it'll be a fun one.
But how do you stay motivated as a team? Do you have a plan to stay motivated for the last 7 games of the season?
I think you want to carry momentum as long as you can, right? So finish the year off good and roll it into next year. It's always a good thing to do. And you kind of have to look at it like that.
From the outside, obviously, we know how the fans get amped up for these games. How does a player, how does it affect you, the atmosphere? Like, what do you?
Yeah, definitely. Especially against this team playing Toronto. Saturday nights here are really special. So you hopefully make every one of them count, and especially last one of the year. It's going to be a while, so hopefully you can get a win for the fans.
And how does the playoff race, 7 games remaining, what's the plan to stay motivated as a team?
I think there's always motivation, whether it's personal or team related. I think it would be a real shame, based off of how we've been playing and how we've been feeling as a group, to not take it as seriously for these last 7 games or not finish as strong as we want to, because we've put in so much effort and time to build up our team and our culture and our standards. So I feel like it's really important for us to keep that bar as high as we can, and then personally, obviously, you want to finish out really strong, and you have personal goals as well for how you want to play. So I think it's really important for us, even if we might not be in playoffs.
Barron's back. Happy to see him.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. It's always good to see JB. It's unfortunate, with injuries, but it's how hockey is, right? But it's definitely good to see him.
What stands out to you about what Austin is doing right now and the challenge of trying to stop him?
I think that's what every team in the NHL is thinking, right? It's like he has 63 goals now. So I don't really think anyone's found a solution this far. But players like that, you just try to contain them, right? And you drop a little game plan for those special players. So we'll do our best and see how it goes.
Everyone knew he was great. Did you know, chasing 70 goals? It seems preposterous to talk about. Did you know it could be something like this?
I don't know. I mean, to hear 70 goals, that's pretty absurd, right? And it's those are numbers you hear more when Gretzky was playing and Lemieux and those guys. So I think it's good for the league that there's that much scoring now, and I think there's a lot of excitement for the fans and everything. Kudos to him. He's a really special player. It's you hear the term generational players, and he is. It's just there's other generational players in this generation as well, right? So it's really special, and I think scoring's probably the hardest thing to do consistently in this league, so that makes it much more impressive.
Yeah, they're splitting up their core 4 forwards across 3 lines tonight. So Nylander's going to be on the 3rd line.
Okay.
What is the challenge of an alignment like that from your perspective? Obviously, they're trying to figure out mismatches, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. I think it definitely plays into depth. You feel like that's what's nice about being the home team, is you can kind of manage those setups better and those matchups better. But just shows how much depth they have, right? They have other players playing well, and Nyes and McMahon's playing well. So the fact they have the talent to do that's really cool. You might as well use it, right? If you have those sort of players.
There was never really a set timeline or anything. I think, for them, they just wanted to see me go down and play some more minutes in some different situations that I wasn't necessarily playing up here. And, they kind of just said it was, up to me and how well I played until, I got the chance to kind of come back up.
GF dit rapidement que tu t'étais mis à la job tout de suite à Laval. Est-ce que pour toi, c'était important d'avoir tout de suite cette attitude-là quand ils t'ont rendu?
Yeah, for sure. I think, for me it was, it doesn't do anything to go down there and pout and, obviously it was disappointing, but, at the same time for me it was an opportunity to go down, play some more minutes and, some new situations and, improve on some details of my game. And I think ultimately, with some of those improvements, it'll help me be a better player up here.
Il y a beaucoup de compétition dans l'organisation avec les jeunes défenseurs. Est-ce que c'est un élément que tu es capable de bien utiliser pour te motiver?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I feel like any organization you go to, there's always going to be that internal competition with young prospects, but especially here right now and all the young guys we have, with Logan and Rhino down there too, it's nice to have those guys. I think it helps push one another, for all of us to get better. And it was a pleasure playing with those guys down there too.
Merci. Merci much.
So Saturday night, Toronto in town. What are these kind of games like for you?
They're fun. I mean, obviously getting to the end of the year here, we played them a couple times, and it's always fun playing them here on a Saturday.
What stands out to you about what Austin is doing this season and the challenge of slowing him down these days?
I mean, it seems like nobody can stop him, so we're going to do our best to kind of keep him in front, stay on him, and limit his opportunities.
You knew he was good. Everyone knew he was good. He's chasing 70. Did you think it could be? Could you think something like this was possible?
I mean, no, but if there's anybody to do it, it's him.
Do you get up for that kind of personal challenge when you're on the ice against a guy like that?
Yeah, it's a big challenge for us. It's something we like to do, so we'll give him our best shot.
What gives you encouragement that next year could be different for your team, that you could get to the playoffs?
I mean, that's the goal. I think we started that at the start of this year. It's a big mountain to climb, and the mountain's still going to be there next year. So nobody's giving up now, and we're just going to keep pushing.
What's your sense of the group now heading down to this last stretch of games? A sense of kind of how guys are kind of staying upbeat and how you're approaching these games.
Yeah, they're still fun. I mean, we've had a tough schedule here, so playing good teams always helps, and we're learning a lot throughout the way. But it's a good challenge for us going forward, and we're going to finish the season.
Thank you, Cole. Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
guys.
Bon matin.
Matin.
On va prendre les questions. C'est vous qui le faites aujourd'hui.
Oui, Martin, c'est une question très simple. Tu perds Harper puis Caden, évidemment, pour le match de ce soir. C'est facile de te demander c'est quoi l'impact. On sait que c'est négatif, mais tu as Justin Barron qui revient maintenant avec vous. Qu'est-ce que tu veux voir de Justin ce soir puis avec vous d'ici la fin de la saison?
Ben, je veux qu'il joue la game, puis qu'il soit prêt pour n'importe quoi. Il utilise ses atouts. C'est une opportunité. Il est à Laval pour un petit bout, puis c'est de revenir puis montrer qu'il est capable d'avoir un impact dans ses matchs avec national.
Il y a réellement une compétition, Martin, dans votre organisation pour les défenseurs. Peut-être pas juste ce soir, elle va se faire sur plusieurs mois parce que vous avez de la profondeur. C'est-tu pas la meilleure situation de voir justement le meilleur de ces jeunes-là dans la compétition? Parce que Barron en a parlé un petit peu tantôt, il dit il y en a beaucoup de jeunes défenseurs. Le Canadien va peut-être avoir le meilleur de ça. Qu'est-ce que tu en penses?
Non, c'est une bonne situation qu'on est. On a beaucoup de jeunes défenseurs qui sont dans notre équipe, des jeunes qui cognent à la porte. Puis, c'est toujours compétition interne. Puis, ça pousse les gars. Puis, c'est sûr, t'es mieux avoir ça que pas avoir de compétition. Fait que on évalue à tous les matchs, puis on va continuer à faire ça.
En fait, Barron, peut-être pour plus précisément, lui, son enjeu ou qu'est-ce qu'il faut qu'il améliore pour vraiment s'établir dans la ligue, ce serait quoi vraiment l'élément majeur?
Mais c'est tout. Puis je pense que c'est comme tout jeune défenseur, c'est aller chercher la constance.
Guillaume.
Salut Martin.
Bonjour.
On parlait à Tanner Pearson tantôt. J'aimerais juste savoir comment dans le fond, tu gères un cas comme le sien. Parce que c'est facile pour les gens de l'extérieur de dire il est en fin de contrat, c'est un vétéran, vous n'avez rien à gagner à investir du temps en lui. En même temps, lui veut continuer sa carrière, j'imagine.
Ouais.
Donc, comment tu pèses tout ça entre ses intérêts à lui et vos intérêts comme équipe?
Bien, ça part tout avec la vérité. Beaucoup de communication. Puis... c'est comme depuis la date d'échange, ses présences ils ont diminué. Mais c'est un pro. Fait que son attitude est excellente. Fait que moi je veux le récompenser avec des matchs ici et là.
Jean-François.
Martin, tu dis souvent que le jeu en avantage numérique s'améliore depuis quelques années, mais de voir Austin Matthews qui marque 60 points de saison et 2 saisons d'affilée, à quel point c'est phénoménal de voir ce petit gars-là.
Oui, non, c'est sûr, c'est un excellent marqueur. Sa shot, il est très alerte, mais aussi il a un hockey fatigant et il joue bien défensivement. Puis je pense que son jeu défensif l'aide beaucoup à récupérer des rondelles, puis à amener son équipe en possession. Puis quand son équipe est en possession, puis il est sur la glace, mais il y a beaucoup de touches. Puis ses touches sont excellentes, puis son lancer est excellent. C'est un excellent joueur.
Alex.
Salut Martin.
Bonjour.
On a parlé quelques fois cette saison des samedis soirs au Centre Bell. C'est le dernier de la saison ce soir. Comment vous appréciez la soirée?
Bien, je pense que c'est surtout contre Toronto. Ça va être un environnement qui est facile à amener des émotions. Fait que je m'attends exactement à ça, un samedi soir contre Toronto. Puis je sais que c'est le dernier, mais j'espère qu'on finit ça d'une bonne manière.
When Alex Newhook came here, you said what you said about other people, that you didn't watch too much tape to not taint your opinion. You wanted to form your own opinion with him in this new environment. I'm sure you identified parts of his game that once after training camp he could develop further. Where is he at in that process? What have you focused on with him to get him to another level?
Well, I think like every young players, try to explain them to play the game, not just his game. And he's got a lot of speed, and most of his life growing up with that speed, he probably had the puck a lot, and trying to make him understand at this level, the game is played without the puck. So I feel he's taken huge strides on both sides of the puck to really be engaged, not just start getting engaged when the puck touches his stick. And I feel like he finds some great pockets. He's got good speed. I think he's learning to decel too a little bit to keep those pockets for him. I've been really happy with with his progression on both sides of the puck.
Obviously, he'd be noted for that speed and that skill that you just talked about. Has the bit of edge and competitiveness in his game, I don't want to say surprised you, but is it an added layer that he can continue to grow because he has it?
Yeah. To me, it's compete level. You can't just compete when you touch the puck, and he has the abilities to get to the game because he's fast. And once he gets there, if he doesn't have the puck to compete to get it back, and I've seen some progression. He's not a overly tall guy, but he's pretty thick for not a tall guy. And his speed is his biggest assets, and it's learning to use it to get in position, and not to let it take you out of position. Because we're on blades, we glide, and there's a lot of momentum. So to be able to control his speed has been very important on both sides of the puck, so that he keeps us in balance on the ice. But the compete level is everything, and I think you understand that the more years you get in the NHL.
Martin, when the Leafs spread out their offense, they're moving Nylander to the third line for tonight. How does that change the challenge and the dynamic of going up against them?
I mean, I think it's it's similar when you play Edmonton. It's a little bit easier if they have, not easier, but if you have Draisaitl, McDavid together, right? Like you can kind of have the responsibility for one line, so to speak. And when they start spreading it, you got to deal with that collectively more, And we've seen other teams do that, it's a nice thing to have for them to be able to spread it. And it makes it harder to match and focus on one line, and so it becomes more of a collective challenge, and that's why you got to take it.
With Austin chasing 70, is that something that you even thought would be possible with the way today's game is?
Yeah. Because the game is more offensive. The power plays are better. The players are more talented. So I'm not surprised.
Just to follow up on Alex Newhook, he's been your best face-off taker now since March 1st, which I think would have surprised a lot of us at the start of the year. But to you, is that an indication of just how willing and his teachability that he's had all season as a young player?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's gaining experience. It's taking a lot of them. It probably takes more, and I think he's taken that task seriously. So it's nice to see.
Martin Guillaume pour des relances.
C'est un gros défi ce soir, puis 102 défenseurs réguliers en plus, Martin. C'est quoi les 2-3 fondamentaux qui deviennent une clé ce soir pour vous autres, dans les circonstances où il vous manque 2 défenseurs réguliers, puis tout le reste, les livres, c'est tout ça?
Ben c'est pas prendre trop de punitions, puis 2, c'est pas te tirer dans le pied. C'est un peu ce qu'on a fait, qu'on t'aime pas.
Martin, Charlemagne, tantôt, tu parlais du jeu défensif de Matthews, puis comment est-ce qu'il y a un bon bâton, tout ça. Ça fait 2 années de suite qu'il est dans le top de la ligue pour les tirs bloqués, pour les attaquants. Je suis juste curieux de savoir si cet aspect-là, spécifiquement, ça ressort quand vous regardez jouer, quand vous faites le freeze count.
Oui, c'est un joueur intelligent, il a une bonne anticipation. Fait qu'il est à la bonne place défensivement avec son anticipation. Puis, des bons joueurs offensifs, mais ils utilisent leur intelligence, ils sont capables de lire le jeu de l'autre côté aussi, de qu'est-ce qu'ils vont faire. puis il anticipe bien. Puis quand tu anticipes bien, habituellement, tu es plus proche des lancers, tu sais que ça s'en vient. Fait que c'est plus facile d'avoir les pattes devant la puck.
Merci, Martin.
OK, merci.
Merci.